Hello. Just thinking about a few things to do, and as the editing for the other videos I want to put up has taken such a long time, I thought I'd kill a few moments by reacting to something. I'm a member of a Facebook group for people of a libertarian persuasion, well, a video was placed up from the series known as Cut, or Watch Cut. Now, I've reacted to one of their videos before. It was about, children learning how to do naughty things with their hands. My views are on the table to that, but it seems that these people have gone even lower down the taboo rabbit hole than that. Slightly brighter now, isn't it? I'll show it to you, or bits of it, and I shall respond as we go along.
Hi, I'm Ruby on Rails and I'm a dominatrix.
Do you mean you're very assertive?
I mean, I define sex work pretty broadly.
It's stripping off, surely.
So today you're going to guess if someone's a sex worker or not.
Sounds jolly. This is really suitable, isn't it, for something that, a channel that children obviously watch occasionally. But maybe it's teens, but we'll see if it's a good role model for teenagers later. I might be doing it an injustice.
Are you comfortable with being naked?
I'm not too comfortable, yeah. I guess I'm not really in tune with my own body in a sense. Kind of a little bit of body dysmorphia. At a first glance, would you think I'm a sex worker?
Probably not.
I think one of the main problems I have with things like this is that it's trying to raise awareness, but at the same time you can't help wondering whether there's an essence of human bear pit in there. I'm sure they're trying to be helpful, but I really do wonder.
It's like a lot of people mask. Like I certainly mask in my day-to-day whatever.
Can you describe that? What is masking?
Masking is a neurodivergent term.
Neurodivergent, you mean autistic?
Literally wearing a mask, trying to fit in with other people when deep at your core you really don't.
I swear we don't claim her.
How did you get into rigging?
I love tying people up. I found an actual teacher online and I lied about my age and I was like, can you teach me? In Seattle.
Nice.
I'm sorry, why are we celebrating someone lying about their age in order to enter sex work? And she's not in tune with her body, but I suppose if you like to wrap other people in the rope, then maybe it makes sense that you wouldn't be in tune with your own body. Oh well. Too many contradictions, we'll see.
How big is your wardrobe?
Big enough to reach Narnia.
I have a friend who writes scripts for erotic hypnosis, and I count that sex work too.
Hypnotize me.
I mean...
This reference to hypnosis is obviously a joke, but they will return to the notion of being unconscious at a later point within this. Watch on and you'll see what I mean.
Hi.
I'm Dusty.
What's your relationship like with your family?
I live with my family.
Mummy and Daddy must be so proud.
I don't know, I'm gonna guess that you're not a sex worker.
I am not, but a while ago I was a cam person for a
Nice.
while. I was a cam girl actually, because it was before I came out, / during, so I went on testosterone and started to transition in my real life. And then while camming, I would go hyperfemme and put on a wig and makeup and all that stuff. The guys were like, oh, you're a man, because my voice started to drop. And the side I was on, you weren't allowed to be male. So I had to be like, no, I swear, I'm not a man. So it kind of fucked with my gender stuff.
I was gonna ask how that felt.
It was messed up to have to be telling people that I am the thing that I already came out as not being.
Okay, I've talked a little bit about people who think that they are the same gender, and sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it isn't. But I'd have thought that sort of sleeping around with people would kind of confuse that. I'm not sure. It's just the general vibe I'm getting.
It's funny because I think of it sometimes and maybe I'd go back to it, but I feel like it would just mess with my body image way too much, because once you start to be like, oh, people want me to look a specific way and I get positive things from looking that way, my brain goes to, oh, that's easy, I can make myself whatever people want.
I half wonder if this is a sort of cautionary tale about the dangers of looking at yourself through the lens of how other people perceive you. I don't know.
Do you think 18 is too young to be a sex worker?
No.
I don't think so either. I wanted to be a dominatrix ever since I was like...
I'm sorry, what?
It's kind of how I felt about being a stripper.
How exactly do you learn about dominatrixes when you're a little child? What are you being exposed to by your parents? I mean, I'm flabbergasted, frankly. But I suppose I'm just old-fashioned in that way.
I'm a little less comfortable being naked.
That's everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. Alcohol helps.
Yeah, I took that as a joke, first of all. Well, let me just skip ahead to something else that they said.
I like dominant men. Choking, that's cool. Not really like a sub. I guess more like a brat, but more like a bitch.
Doing all these things whilst you're drunk. I shouldn't kink shame, but I do wonder if you're going to say in all seriousness that getting drunk helps, and then this is going to happen. It's quite concerning.
If you don't feel like it's sex work, it's not for you.
Oh, well, if you chop down a tree but you don't feel like a woodcutter, I suppose that makes it so.
What have you been staying busy with?
My sobriety. I got back from rehab recently.
Gotcha,
so
congratulations.
yeah, thank you.
This is another side to this line of work that makes me sort of wonder with drug addiction and such, because it's sort of... I mean, they're not really making a moral judgment on it, but I think... in some respects, it's a cautionary tale without intending to be.
I had a really weird experience once when I was like 12. This guy came up to me and kept pestering me to give him my number.
Yeah.
And he was like in his 30s. It's just like, that's not okay.
I'm sorry, you wanted to be a sex worker at the age of, when you were tiny, but you recognise that it's unacceptable for someone over that. I don't know. It's strange. It does make me wonder how somebody falls into this line of work. I mean, somebody else talked about drugs. Somebody else talked about how family's supporting them. And they're laughing about... I know they're laughing about being eyed up by adults, but really, it does make one wonder.
Some people will say that it is anti-feminist. Some people will say that it ruins some aspect of your life or ruins your body or whatever. And to me, I found that sex work provides a lot of like freedom that I wouldn't have had I not become a sex worker. From talking to people today, they sounded pretty liberated. So I would say that's a pretty common sex worker trait, is being liberated.
One was on drugs, one had body dysmorphia and was uneasy about taking her clothes off. One was unsure about his gender, and a person that I didn't show you slept around with about 200 people all the time. Other than that, yes, totally liberated. This only stuck into my mind because she used the term neurodivergent. I don't know whether she meant autistic, she might have meant dyslexic or something like that. It's sort of strange to hear in connection with sex work. Anyway, this, as I said, I'm just killing time. I wanted to go back to this cut thing to see if they'd improved since that video on children that I looked at. They haven't really, except that they're making it's made by and for adults now, which is different, I suppose. So, yeah, I have more videos coming up. This is just filling in some time. Not sure whether you would enjoy this one or not, but, well, see you next time. Ta-ta!